It is time for all this with StockHazard.
I appreciate you, Nick. All this with StockHazard and all this for Fast Raj. Thanks for joining me on the show. Uh, Introduce yourself. Who are you? Are you there? We're not hearing from Fast Raj, but he is going to be joining the show a little bit later. Um, Thank you all for checking in. What y'all think of that Moto 2 qualifying? Hit me up in the chat. Phobia on pole.
God, I mean, Fast Raj
Man.
ran out of fuel in qualifying, and I guess he ran out of fuel on his mic as well.
He ran out of fuel on the mic, too. Dang. Or maybe he's steaming about running out of fuel. I don't know. He might be on the way. Sutter was very close to Phobia there, and man, when it comes to the race, you can never count Al out. So I think the three of them are going to have a good fight up there.
I'm in there.
There he is, Fast Raj. Can you hear us?
I'm in the room. I don't understand.
Oh, we can hear you now. We can
We
hear
can
you
hear
now.
you. Can you hear us?
I'm not sure he can.
No. Fast Raj, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
What's up, man?
Nada.
Hey,
Just,
welcome to the show, man. Can you introduce yourself and like, what do you want us to call you? Where are you from?
I'm living in New Mexico. My game handle is FastRaj16.
Fast Raj 16. How'd you get that one, man? That sounds like one that Xbox just gave you.
No, this was something I made, uh, 1997 or 8, something like that. Long time ago.
Awesome. And you were racing back then too?
Yeah, that I couldn't race online because where I was living there was no good internet, so it was just kind of
Yeah.
racing. And then I guess I did some 56K, like 56K dial-up stuff. Like
Yeah,
what was it?
yeah.
Like IndyCar racing online, I guess back in the day.
IndyCar. Cool. Man, that IndyCar series is really heating up. I've been enjoying watching last season.
Uh, I probably haven't watched it in many many years.
Hey, Fast Raj, how'd you hear about the league? Like, what got you into racing with us?
We had a Wednesday night league, and a bunch of us just kind of jumped over here. We did the Wednesday one for almost 7 years.
Nice, nice. Is it still going?
No, kind of nail in the coffin about 6 months ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that happens. This Southern E Racing League has had quite a history. I think they're on season 8 now or something. I don't know. There's been a bunch of seasons.
Not
I've
quite
been
that
here
many,
for it.
but we're
And
getting
and
there.
a, and a bunch of us jumped over here, and I'm the only one left.
Yeah, you've been with us for a few seasons, right? How many seasons have you been with us?
This is second season.
Only your second season, huh?
The last one was like me and Jix Rage and what was Chuck? GSX
Jix
Buff,
Buff.
Buff, and then
Jick
Buffster,
stuff, yeah.
and then a bunch of guys that race in my series, like my real series, were playing with us in the other league.
Oh, all right. Cool. So, how do you like the Moto 2 bike? And were you hoping to get a MotoGP bike this year, and you just shuffled down
yeah,
to Moto 2?
yeah, it was too slow.
Were you on the cusp? How close were you to MotoGP boys?
I can't even remember. I think I like had a no. We didn't even get the option this year. Last year we had the option, and I was like the I had the best time of all the guys that didn't make it last year.
Oh,
Because typically I was better on a GP bike than a Moto 2.
hmm, interesting. Another question that I got for you, a stock question, is what's your favorite thing about the league? What do you enjoy so much about racing?
Um, it's because it's good competition, and we don't race Mugello 20 times. No, I mean, realistically, it is. It's the competition, right? Like that's why we're here.
Yeah, and man, we got some fast guys here in both of the classes. So, yeah, the best competition seems to be Southern E-Racing League. There was talks about getting a Europe League, getting all the Europe folks together on like a different time schedule to include them.
They tried, right? Like they did a couple at the beginning of the year, or they tried a couple.
Yeah, the fastest Americans though I think are in Southern E-Racing League, and it's been great fun to watch them.
Hey, I've got a question here from 7-8 Hines for you. He's asking about your series. Do you own a track or something like that?
Yeah, I own a road course and a drag strip, and then I run I run series for each of the kinds of things like sports cars, and I have a drag series, and then my motorcycle series we race all over the Southwest.
Oh, you're living my dream.
So it's the biggest series in the Southwest, and so like we opened in Phoenix, which is what, 6th largest city in the country.
Yeah,
and we opened there this past weekend, and then we'll do like 4 at my place, and then we'll be back in Arizona in October, I guess. We could only there's limited track opportunities over there because most of the tracks are private members thing, and they're kind of hard to get events into.
So what? You guys are already on the track in February.
Yeah.
Wow. We're still a ways off that in Texas. There was ice on my car this morning. Like,
yeah, I mean, you got to figure Phoenix, right? Like it's like it can get cold, but generally speaking, back in the day, like CCS used to have CCS Southwest, which was the home region for CCS. That's where it started. And we used to run from basically September. Well, that would be a different season. We would start in January and we would end in December. We'd run 10 rounds and just miss the 2 hot months or the worst months.
Mm.
So you race year round over here.
Awesome.
Just like Chuck Walla, CVMA was running same weekend as us. So unfortunately, that kind of hurt me and it hurt them too, because some people went there and some people went to my place.
Yeah, competition doesn't always help everybody involved, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, like anytime you're dealing with race stuff, like we try to avoid things, and like I work with all the track day companies to try to eliminate conflicts. And then like when I go to Arizona, I just hire the whole crew from one of the track day companies to come court and work and stuff for us, so I don't have to import everybody.
That makes sense.
And if you import the whole crew, they're used to working with each other and they have their own signals, and you know what I mean? Like it runs smoother that way.
Right. And where's your track again?
I'm in southern New Mexico, so okay. I'm 90 miles west of El Paso on Interstate 10.
Okay, so what you're telling me is we might need to make a trip out to your place.
Yeah, we should. I've had like 3 guys that I met on Xbox stop by on their way through, and one of the guys I just like took a couple bikes out and we went and played.
Hines is in the chat going SERL track day at Fast Rod's place. How big's your track? What kind of bikes are happiest there? 600s?
Thousands are faster.
Okay.
So, like the track record holder here is Anthony West, who a week previous to setting the lap record here was on the grid at Valencia right next to Valentino Rossi when he had the penalty in 2015.
Okay.
And had to start from the back. Anthony West was right there, and then the following weekend he was here and broke our track record. So that was kind of cool.
That is super cool.
Generally, like I race 1,000 most of the time. Like I'll race anything, but the thousands. If you're not on 1,000, you're not getting top 5 in the money race out here.
Okay. Well, that's wild.
I'm very impressed, Pascal. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm better on a bike than I am on this game. I kind of had a good year. I went undefeated last year. I only raced 5 events. I was fastest in practice 5 times. I sat on pole 5 times, and I won 5 times. It was the good year for the old fuck. Ooh, excuse me, the old dude.
Awesome.
That is sweet. I mean, we'll have to make a trip out that way. I don't have a 600 right now, but I don't know. Maybe I'll lend Heinz my supermoto, and we can just torture him that way.
They do good. Honestly, the 300s are, well, actually now it's the 400s are our biggest class.
Oh yeah, I believe that for sure. It's become such a popular class everywhere. The I guess the cost of entry is just so much lower, and
And
you
the
don't want
tires last.
tires last, and you don't feel like the bike's just trying to murder you the entire time. I mean, my R1 is just like every time you crack open the throttle, it's okay. This is when I die. The 600 was manageable, and that's just like thousands have just gotten nuts. They make you work for it.
Yeah, mine's a S1000 double R.
Okay.
Same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just
For,
the throttle
except for
is
the
really
Yamaha puts it down nicer. The Yamaha is much more calm.
it's more calm, right? But that broader torque band just means that no matter what RPM range you're coming out of the corner on, it's really just a question of how high do you want the front wheel. So,
Yeah, and you can adjust that on the Yamaha. That's nice.
which is beautiful, right? But if it wasn't for that wheelie control, it would get silly. If you can imagine Coda, right, coming out of turn one to that downhill, the bike doesn't really understand that the ground's falling away from it. So there's some hoony wheelies coming down into
No.
into turn two,
Yeah.
even with
I never
stock
thought
bikes.
about
Yeah, it's
that. I sat in at the Moto A race. I sat down at the bottom there in turn two and watched for about half a race. Now I know why everyone's getting a little wild there.
oh yeah,
Down the
it's
hill there. This is steep.
it gets silly, right? I mean, because the track keeps falling away from you, and your front end's exactly where it was. And then you got to make the decision. Okay, well, there's a turn I have to make, so when am I putting it back down?
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a huge difference in lines of the guys coming down there.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's
both in super sport and in super bike. Like some guys were kind of far left on the way down that hill, which kind of made no sense. But they were missing some bump somewhere, is what I was told.
there is a fairly nasty bump on the middle to the inside of turn two. So you can either get way up on the curb and miss it, or go real wide to get around it. But if you're mid track there's a nasty little bump. So yeah, I mean but it's Coda, right? So it changes literally every time you ride it. Ground is so
Yeah.
unstable.
Yeah, my place too. Like I'm on sand, and on top of that, I'm on top of an aquifer.
Mm.
So the ground around here kind of moves, and I got one section. We call it the whoop section.
Just hey, a
And-
little motocross
and on
experience goes a long
1,000?
way.
On 1,000, dude, the whoop section is wild.
I bet it is. I mean, is it bad enough? So the back straight at Coda is kind of famous for you'll hit the wrong bump and you'll spin up your rear. You'll actually come off the ground sometimes on a 1,000. Is it quite that bad?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. So you come out, and so like I've ridden a bike with data acquisition. I rode the BMW that Aaron Yates raced a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
and so we had full data, and they asked me like, so what are you doing in that place right there? And it's like, okay, wide open for about a quarter to maybe a third of the straight, and then you back it back to half, and do the last bit on half throttle, because
Jesus.
otherwise you're going for a ride.
That's
And the data backed it up. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
like everything I told him was spot on. He's like, yeah, you're hitting quarter. You're full throttle for like just this little bit, and then you're down to like half and then quarter.
I mean, if it's what you got to do, people complain about bumpy tracks, but I say it's the great equalizer, right? Everybody
Oh,
has to ride
totally.
the same tarmac.
Yeah, last year we had Josh Hayes, Rocco Landers, and Corey Ventura do preseason here on the way to Daytona. And people were talking about bumps, and Josh was like, dude, every track's bumpy. Like you just have to, figure out the way through it and what you got to do to be smooth.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfectly flat track. I mean, it might look like it on TV, but it just doesn't exist. Some are better than others, you know. But
The new Podium Club track in Arizona was butter smooth for about a month.
and then just turn to whoops.
No. I mean, there's a few bumps on it. It's not horrible. There's just a couple bumps. Like Attack tested there Thursday, I think. Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
That place is bitching.
I mean, there's a lot of good facilities across the U.S. So the chat is just dying to know the name of your facility.
Yeah, Fast Rouse, what's the name of your track?
Arroyo Seco Raceway.
There you go. There was, I think Heinz guessed that at some point. They were all over the place here, man.
Sutter says you got to go race on the East Coast with him. Yeah, I think Sutter is in Georgia. Yeah, I think he's in Savannah. So, yeah, you've been out to
Never
Arroyo
raced down
before?
that way.
No.
No, I've done the farthest east I've gone was Mid Ohio for the AMA Grand Champions back in like 07.
Cool.
I did get a second back there.
Damn.
Right. Spray the champagne.
I wasn't quite as old then.
Every year it hurts just a little more to fall down, right?
And I had the big one in 14. I changed the tires, forgot to pump the brakes. Went off the end at 130 out into the desert. Broke my left femur in 6 places, my right one in 3, 6 ribs, shoulder, collarbone, and brain bleed.
That certainly is a big one.
Yeah, 3 years to learn to walk.
And now you're back on a bike doing it again.
Of course. Why would you stop?
What else would you do? I mean, what are you, some kind of quitter? Like
Racing is life.
That femur is a pretty big bone, and like it takes a lot of force to break it more than once.
Yeah, the gas tank got the left one, and the handlebar got the right one.
Oof.
Nice.
And what kind of bike were you on?
07 Gixxers 1000.
Okay. Okay, the old Squidmobile got you.
Oh god, that bike was so good.
Honestly, they
And
are
swag,
good bikes.
yeah.
It's
I
almost
have
a shame
to-
that they get dogged out like they do.
Oh yeah, it's dumb. The other thing that happened, I have nerve damage in the left leg and left foot, so I can't shift. So I have electronic shifting like Xbox.
Okay.
I shift up with my index finger and down with my thumb.
That's pretty
Hand
swanky.
control.
I mean, I certainly don't want to take anything away from you for that, but we know a guy, Wes Webb's his name. He's no feet, no problem on Instagram, something like that. Anyway, he's a double amputee from the knee down, and
I was guessing that.
Yeah. So he in CMRA he refused to do any kind of electronic shifter, and he was on his peg legs, just finding them and shifting on his 400. It was incredibly impressive. Wow. And now he rides dirt bikes like that.
Yeah, electronic shifter would be so much better though.
Oh,
Like there's
God.
no way I could do my lap times without it.
Oh, I'm sure, right? I mean, his goal wasn't so much to be the fastest guy out there. It was just to do it, right?
To do it, yeah. So Buff, no, not Buff, was Seedless Nug 420, who I guess hasn't played with us since the new game. He didn't buy the new one,
Okay.
but he races in my series, and that dude was in a roll racing street accident, and it took his left leg right below the knee, and so he had kind of the same shifter setup, but he has the prosthetic.
Okay.
And in 22, he won all of our 400 expert classes
See, that's awesome.
with the funky leg.
Yeah, it doesn't hold everybody back, right? I mean, I think my excuse is that my legs hurt. That's the.
Mine's everything hurts.
No joke. I mean, as I sit here shimmying in my chair because it's killing my back. Well, man, what else do you have going on? Do you want to? I mean, I know we pitched your track on here while we got you on the air. Anything else you wanna get out to the people?
Yeah, what's your word? You got a shout out to anybody?
Not really. Kind of just beat tired.
I feel that.
Because yesterday woke up in Phoenix and, of course, had the normal tire trailer blowouts on the way home, and yeah, I'm just fried.
Man, I will give you the pro tip on trailer tires. Goodyear Endurance, sir. They are the most expensive trailer tires in the market, but God, do they work.
Yep, there's 4 on there.
Oh, and you still had a blowout? Shit.
So what happened is, like, in 2018, I bought 4 Maxxis because that was the only thing I could get at the time.
Okay.
Or 5 of them because I bought 4 plus the spare.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way home, that was the absolute last Maxxis that was on the trailer. So when the spare went on it was an Endurance.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah,
you know how it goes. If you're pulling trailers like that, you know it's not a question of if, but when you're going to have a tire issue.
Yep.
We had a guy, a previous owner of one of the track day groups here in town. The road in Dakota is just unreasonably bumpy. It's part of the facility, and they've just given up on it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about then. I forget what they call it. Anyway, one of the guys broke a spring, and the spring punctured his tire, blew that up, knocked the whole wall out of his slide in his RV. It was just a mess. Felt bad for the guy, all because they don't want to properly pave the road on the way in.
Yeah, I went out to dinner with a buddy of mine when I was down there in September for the Moto A race.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes and picks me up, and he's in like a newer Camry, and we were bottoming out on that road.
Oh yeah, you got to take that slow. I mean, I am legitimately doing 5 miles an hour down that road with my toy hauler behind me. It's just gonna break. You know, it's gonna turn to sawdust.
Yeah, I can imagine on the toy hauler that'd be horrible.
Oh yeah, you know, and not it's like, okay, here's the trailer, right? Beating up the truck, then beating up the bikes and the gear and it's just, you know, like everything I own just being destroyed at once. Not that road, Hines, the actual one in the facility. Coda Ave or something like that bullshit they call it. It's ridiculous.
Fast Roger, I'm amazed that you have a series like how involved you are with motorsport and motorcycle racing. Wow, thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do. Like I'm also the Pirelli race tire vendor for Arizona and New Mexico. I'm also the Dunlop race tire vendor for Southern New Mexico.
Oh shoot!
So
okay.
Rubbers, holler at Fast Drive.
Our vendor for Pirelli in this area just changed, and I lost my contact. So on stream, I have to shamelessly ask you if you had a set of SC2s on a SMR 450 Supermoto, what would you set your pressures at?
You know what? I don't have a clue on the Supermoto stuff. But...
Shit. Okay, I had my number great last year, and over the winter, I have forgotten it. It was something in the teens for the rear, and I guess I'll have to just figure it out again. So...
Yep. I have not. I guess I have sold one set of Supermoto Pirellis.
Oh no, it's a standard SC2 that I run on that bike.
Yeah, but I bet you're running lower pressures with the Supermoto bike because the bike's so much lighter.
Exactly. Yeah, the bike's 260 pounds wet.
Yeah, because like our normal pressures are between 23, 24 rear and normally 36, 38 front.
That's what I run on the big bikes, right about there. But yeah, the Sumo is it's so darn light that I was, I think, 18 or 19 in the rear, something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll see who my rep changed to here, because I
wonder if that's on my sheets.
That'd be awesome.
I'm amazed by all that racing, but we do have some racing happening here tonight too. And Black Jesus just took pole. Tag Swag was P1 for most of this qualifying section. Have y'all seen the stream at all?
What's that?
Have y'all seen the stream at all?
Well, of course.
Right now.
We're letting these boys do it. We'll pick on them while they're racing.
Yeah, good.
But hell, when we got a Moto superstar like that in the chat that I had no idea, by the way, We gotta reap that for what it's
Sean,
worth.
this is a grand revelation. Wow. Like, thanks for sharing your motorsport knowledge. And wow.
Not a problem. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna
So
take
when's
off
your
here
next
for a minute.
race? When's your next race for the series? Like, people are on skiing vacations right now, and you're out there racing in New Mexico.
Next round's at my place. What is it? March 9th and 10th.
You got a race coming up in March.
Yep. Yeah, we generally do once a month and then take July and August off.
Because it's so damn hot,
And then-
I'm sure.
Yeah, and then we take December, January, and normally February off. Normally it's a 7-round. I do things differently. I try to allow people to go do some other things with their family and try to have Christmas and pay off their credit card bills. And so try to make those months have off months so people can afford to race more than 2 years.
Yeah, not like it's a cheap activity or anything like that, right? But man, I will say we are gonna make a trip out your way for a track day. We'll get with I'll get with you to figure out the logistics later on. But I'm hopefully getting Hines out for his first track day on a mini track. I got a little supermoto mini for him to ride. Little go-kart track action down in Houston. So we'll get him some experience, and then we'll get out your way.
Cool. Well, run over Lilligard if you see him.
Who's that?
I said run over Lilligard if you see him.
Okay, I will. He'll see an orange angry bike coming at him. Then I'll just blow the corner just for you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, Nick, can you believe that? Like,
That was
wow.
what
He runs
a
a series.
no shit, right? He's like doing what we do, but for real.
Yes.
Chicks rage. Shh. Don't tell Hines that minis break bones. It's a 125, man. He's not gonna break bones on that. He will be fine. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna tick back over to our all this with StockHazard show while we rebuild for the Moto2 race.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Black Jesus. He's on the way. He's going to be joining me for the show. Wow, what a race. What a sprint race that was. 1-2 Yamaha. Coco taking the win. Sharp right behind him. Yeah, and then Swaggin might have got a penalty there. So he might have moved all the way down to P4. It'd be Black Jesus. Are you there?
Here and present, unlike the race.
What would you like us to call you, sir? Like, who are you and where are you from?
Oh, name's Evan, out here in Los Angeles. Lovely, lovely California. Heinz' favorite place.
Nice. Out there on the left coast. Well, thanks for joining the show. All this with StockHazard. What happened with the connection issue there, man? What happened?
I don't know, man. I got tossed out of the first lobby. We were just, in the pre-games, and then managed to get back in before they started it up. But again, right when we went to the grid, I don't know what's going on, man.
One of those things.
I've reset. Yeah, but we'll see what happens.
All right. So yeah, you shook out all the bugs. So you're gonna be ready for the race.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Excellent job qualifying on pole there. Kind of seemed comfortable qualifying P1 all the time.
I don't know, man. Tag Swag's got me kind of nervous this race. He's super close, super tight in qualifying.
Yes.
I mean,
Wow.
like 600s? Nuts.
Yes, 600s he was away from you.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to a good battle with him. I got to shout out Coco for the win right now. He's been showing some really good pace.
Yeah, hasn't he been getting faster? Like, Coco seems to be progressing, like, pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think, Coco, when this game first came out, he didn't really have too much time to play. And now that, the season progressed and he's had more time to really get accustomed to it, he's really been putting in those lap times. It's good to see.
Yeah. So I got some stock questions for you. First one is, how did you join this league? How'd you hear about it?
You know, I've ran into Nightcrawl and One-Handed the most in public lobbies, and then One-Handed was actually the one Al who sent me a message said you guys had a league going on, and I'm sure I'll join. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I
make
remember when you
the credit to
first
Al.
bust on the scene. Yeah,
What's that?
you came on when you busted on the scene, you were fast from the very start. Like, um,
Yeah,
wow.
and you know that really happened within like a period of like 3 months where I think Sharp Jenna gave me one of his setups and told me to really like watch his lap. And then that's when it really clicked of like when they're shifting, when they're hitting the gears. And then, from then on there, I just, honing in the racecraft, just keep working on it. A lot of work from
Wow.
Cora and Hades last year. Shout out to them. Definitely helping me out.
Shout out to Cora and Hades. Yeah, Corasaurus and Hades. Know you're out there. We miss y'all. Wow, awesome. So, one-handed kind of helped you get in the league and
Yeah,
Nightcrawler. That's cool.
yeah. He
They were
introduced me
some
to the
like
guys.
public MotoGP lobbies.
Yeah, well, we did a practice race, I think, and that was like the first time I got into a lobby with, Hades and Cora on the same track, and just got absolutely demolished. And I'm like, I gotta step my game up. It's not gonna be competitive at all.
Awesome. Well, what's your favorite thing about the league? Like, what do you enjoy most about being part of it?
Um, I mean, I love the clean racing and just, an actual championship. Public lobbies are it's a mess. I think we all know how bad those can get.
Yeah, the racecraft and public lobbies is.
Yeah, yeah. At least, I want to be in a lobby where people actually try to stay on track.
Yeah, and we have a race direction. Like they will penalize you. We're gonna have to look at a
Hmm.
incident during a race, this sprint race
Hmm.
right here. So cool, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but still really bummed got to miss Valencia. It's one of my favorite tracks. I had a really good battle last year. Was hoping to have another one today, so we'll
Well,
see
you'll
what
be
happens
back
in
for
the
the
main.
main, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. But
Technology barring.
yeah.
Well, Xbox willing.
Yeah,
Oh
make sure to
man.
do a full restart and all that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'll when I jump out of here, I'll restart the router.
All right. Yeah, we missed you out there. Because yeah, that would have been a good. So you like this track Valencia then?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. I actually found out I'm one of the ones that does not check the schedule, so found out yesterday that we're doing Valencia. I was like, oh, okay,
Found out yesterday
yeah.
and still qualified P1.
P1.
That's
It's my track,
disgusting.
man. I love this track. Trying to hit some 25s tonight. See if it'll happen.
All right. Yeah, get in there. Get in there. Well, what else? Do you got something you want to give a shout out to? You got a word that you want to share with us?
Um, Shout out my boy Nightcrawl. I don't know if he's coming or
Nitro.
not.
I think he's coming. I saw
Ends
he
up.
just joined the
Oh,
Moto
he's
2.
here?
Yeah, he's on the grid. He's P7.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's go.
he's in the
Man.
lobby.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he can do. He's another one with a little practice coming into this week. That's per
Uh,
usual.
I
But,
think Phobia really likes this track too. Like I think
yeah,
Phobia's
Fabio's been putting in that work, that's for sure. And Sutter's not looking too bad here either. That's the
Sutter.
lines. Yeah, he's been losing too much. That's what's been going
Ooh.
Hey,
on. What?
Black Cheese, while we got you here, what's this fins up thing about?
Oh,
Can you speak on it? Like, can you let us in? Or is it just like a connection between Australia and LA? Like, can you
I
speak
think
on fins up? What's that about?
it was definitely Nightcrawl definitely is the one who coined that term. I think it started.
Is it
It started in
Australian
Rocket.
thing?
No, it started in Rocket League, where there was there was a shark fin, a topper. So anytime, like any car we use, we got to be fins up, man. Got to run the shark fin. That's pretty much what it is, dude. Then it progressed from there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
All
Fins
this
up.
for
Fins
Rocket
up.
League.
All this for Rocket League, yeah.
So you're gonna have the fins up for the race then. You missed the sprint, but
Oh, for sure.
fins up for the race. And
If
fins
I
up
can
for
get big
this
enough
race.
gap, the finish line is kind of right there, so we'll see. Oh no, Veritech just got dropped.
Damn. No, DV.
Not
Damn.
Diveritech. Shit. This is
Damn,
becoming
he
a
was.
theme.
Oh man, the servers must be something tonight. Damn, D Veritech hasn't raced in a month and it get that.
Oh,
Sucks, man.
countdown. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers,
Appreciate
No,
Black
it.
thank
Jesus.
you for being here.
As always, man. Good race. Catch you guys.
Thanks, cheers, bro. It be Black Jesus, man.
He
Thanks
has
for coming on
risen.
the show. Wow, that was yeah.
Man, I feel bad for Diveritech, honestly. It's
I feel awful about it. Yeah, sick.
all right, boys. I think y'all know what time it is.
What time?
It's your time.
Time for all this with Stock Hazard. Who is going to be joining me?
I don't know, some dude.
Can we get Phobia in here? He just won the race. Can we get Phobia? He's probably watching. Can we get Phobia in here? He'll be on the way, but wow, that was some great racing. You got time to chat, Nick? You want to talk about Davida Brivio going to Trackhouse Racing in the MotoGP garage?
I'm the wrong guy to talk to about that.
Mm. And I'm super stoked about that. Trackhouse Racing, they're a NASCAR brand. Uh, like Pitbull's last album was named Trackhouse. Like
Dude, I'm
they
just
got
still
this
excited
MotoGP.
about the Garage 86 entry from last year.
Anyone ask for a phobia
Oh, we sure
or an
did.
asshole?
Phobia. What up, Phobia? Thanks for joining the show. All this with Stock Hazard. Congratulations on your race win. I really just wanted to give you the mic and just, yeah, say what you got after that. What's your victory speech?
No victory speech. My victory speech is just thanks to everyone in the league, all the racers. A lot of credit to all of them because they make it fun. The commentators make it fun. You know, all the help. You know, it's a great place to be and hang out with everybody and you know, shoot the stuff. You know, and
Yeah.
it's fun, man. It really is fun, and they make it competitive. Everyone knows it. Everyone says it all the time. No one really enjoys public lobbies where you know people get crashed out. When you come and race with these guys, everyone wants to stay on the track. Everyone wants to race clean, and that's what makes it you know the most enjoyable. The only way I got here, where I'm at, was of course practice, but practicing with these guys is what really got me here. So, thanks to everyone.
Yeah, man. It's great to have you part of the league, Phobia. You've been a big influence. You're always practicing with folks. Like, I want to say thank you to you for being such a great influencer in the league. Like, yeah, it's great for you to share your talents with us here. So thanks.
I do got to say one more thing.
Yeah,
I
please.
do remember somebody posting about it at the beginning of the season, end of last season or something. Called me out saying I was going to be the next Moto2 champ. He knows who he is, Coco. Trying to live up to that dream, man. I remember him posting it a long
Well,
ass time ago.
I think there's been a little bit of numbers crunched, and it looks like you are the Moto2 champion.
Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you know,
So-
I am a Marine, and we don't math that well, and I never do math in public. But I was able to count that one up along with the help of a couple guys, and yep, that is what I'm coming up with also.
Congratulations,
Thank
Phobia.
you.
Big
Really
congratulations.
appreciate it. I'll definitely have already a custom helmet for LaSalle. Can't wait to wear it. It's gonna
The
be dope.
championship, the crown. You're going to be wearing the crown in LaSalle.
Yeah, buddy.
Awesome.
So,
Shout out to my cousin for making the helmet. It's dope. I can't wait till y'all see it.
well, and thank you so much for taking this so we can kick that stupid name that Heinz has had in Discord forever, the Moto2 champ. I know. What is it? What does it say now? It says something even
Supreme
more.
leader.
So yes,
Supreme
Supreme leader.
leader.
Yeah, that's so much better. Fucking guy.
Yeah, it was awesome. I saw him change
the-
it probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago or something like that.
So while you were racing, I was on the stream campaigning to have you disqualified because your number didn't match your race number. Can you speak on that? Because I guess I lost that campaign and you're the champion.
My number, what do you mean it doesn't match?
The game thought you were 5, but your
Yeah.
actual created number was correct on the bike.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
man.
know why it says that.
Thanks, Milestone.
That's a miles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never said it, but I was about to say that.
You should say it right now. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have another one next
Oh,
week.
he won't say it.
That's definitely gonna change.
He won't say it.
Thanks, Milestone.
Ah, there we go.
Well, I was
It's
going to
been a
ask you,
blast.
Toby, I was going to ask you about your crash during the race. Instead, I'm going to ask you about Nightcrawl's 3 crashes during the race. Did any of those influence your race at all? Him crashing? Like down
Not
3
one
times?
bit. Not one bit. And not in terms of me being cocky or nothing. I had my mindset on where I wanted to be and what I was gonna do. So whatever was happening behind me was happening behind me.
Yeah.
Was trying not to focus on that. There's only one person I was worried about. He knows who he is. Yeah, he knows who he is. Ow. Fair. I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that. Rhymes with Albert.
One-handed
yeah, he's on-
7.
Yeah, the crash I had was purely mistake on myself. I came in the turn, was trying to take a turn, expecting to go faster through the turn when I wasn't in the right power mode for it, and made a mistake. Paid for it, and I had to worry about good old one-handed chasing me down. Had me
He
nervous.
was trying. He was definitely trying.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He did it once in one of our practices where he got past me, and I just couldn't catch him. So he's no pushover. He is definitely fast.
He's only been getting faster. He's getting impressive. He really is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Once again, all this for Phobia. Congratulations, Moto 2 champion. Wow.
Hell yeah, this is awesome. Thanks, guys.
Oh man, thank you.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and go set some times on the sale. I'm gonna end this one big.
Yeah,
By that
thanks
he
for
means
coming on the show, Phobia.
he's going to be the next member of the French space program.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good one.
You as well.
Cheers, champ.